Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the stream. I see Amos is here and he says he'll be back, so he must have stepped away for a moment. Derek stopped in, who is a little under the weather, so hopefully he feels better soon. Uh, Real soon. We got a lot going on at work, as always, it seems. We have the beer cam going. Tonight, it is just, as you can kind of see over here to the side, just the good old Pabst Blue Ribbon Classic. I figured I'd take it easy on myself this week because last week that Blueberry Blue Martian, that stuff kicked my ass. That was 4 16 ounce. I think they were like 8.6 ABV. I got a little tipsy and we were playing 80s music. So much so that my stream got taken offline quite a few times. So that was fun. But we're going to try not to do that tonight. So we're not getting super tipsy. We're going to have our beers. We're going to talk about some tool stuff. I got some new tools. They're back there in the corner. You can kind of see them right about there. Posted on Instagram earlier. And we are in a Landshark branded glass, which is a good beer, by the way. But I actually picked this up from a place, if you can see there, called Krabby Joe's. It was down in Florida at the shores. It's a restaurant right on the pier. Like, there is no pier. The restaurant is the pier. And it's got like the restaurant and then like a little gift shop. It's actually pretty fucking cool. It's nice just to like sit out there and eat and like you're literally on the ocean. I can't imagine what their rent is. But yeah, so I got this commemorative glass from there. Spent my day in Columbus helping out another site, fix some stuff with their assets and their system. That took pretty much my entire day. Then I drove home, so I will get a little bit of overtime, maybe a little bit of mileage out of that, so that should be pretty good in the long run. But yeah, I did get some tools, and the funny thing about this, I got them, well, they started coming Monday, and I'm still slightly confused on this, and I'll explain why. I come home Monday, I believe, from work, and there's one of those door tags from FedEx on my door. Like they tried to deliver a package, but it required signature. So, of course, I'm like, all right, it requires the signature. So I call them, and I talk to like the rep, and they're like, yeah, that's weird because it doesn't require a signature. It says so right here. So I'm like, all right. I signed the back of the tag like you're supposed to, and I leave it back on the door. The next day, the original tag's still there. There's another tag now, and they say, I call them, but there's no package. And they say that I assumed the first tag was from the same, or the second tag was from the first package. Like they just tried to do it again. Mark C, Renegades Garage, welcome, gentlemen. Definitely appreciate you stopping by. I'm talking about some shipping issues that I had. So Monday, there was one tag, and I called them, and they said they fixed it. They'll drop it off tomorrow. Then the Tuesday comes around, and there's two tags on my door and no package. So I call them again. And according to the lady I spoke to, she said that tag 1 was the original package, and tag 2, she claimed, was a completely different package. So I'm scratching my head on that one going, okay. Well, either way, she said, I for sure got this fixed and they're going to leave the packages tomorrow. Well, I come back today. Oh, and I wrote a handwritten note that says, like, yo, leave the packages. I've already called twice. Like, no signature required. Just leave them on the doorstep. And like I said, they had told me it was 2 packages. Well, they only left 1. So I'm assuming what I originally thought was correct, and that the second tag was for the first package, but the reattempted delivery, I'm guessing. So, regardless, I got a package. And let's talk about the package. So, as I've mentioned before, I got a hold of some tool companies when I moved, or right thereabouts, and I asked for stuff, decorations, banners, whatever. Olsa Tools sent me a shirt and some stickers. That is going up at some point. You're probably not going to be able to see it very well, so I got to get creative whenever it is that I actually get time. So we'll deal with that when we can. Definitely sporting the new TNT shirt tonight. Probably wear it this one time before it goes up on the wall as a decoration. And there's a big logo on the front, which is nice, but the one on the back's even bigger. I put that on Instagram, so you can see it there. It's very big, and I like it. Definitely love the merch. And it's a good quality shirt. Like, you kind of wonder what you're getting from them for the money that you're paying. It's a good quality shirt, and it actually fits pretty well considering. So, I asked for stuff, and only a couple companies sent me anything. Also, and then Michael Pro here, I'd talked to them a little bit before. They have some interesting things out there, and I asked them the same question, of course. Bill Beckett in the house. Hi, Bill. And so I asked them about banners or stickers or whatever, and they said no, they didn't have any, but they're like, we'll send you out some tools. So I was like, or no, they didn't even say tools. They said samples. And I'm like, okay, samples, cool. So, and then that's what the package was. So, what we have here is a, what is it, 4, 7, 8-piece SAE wrench set. But what you're going to notice, I'll pull out the biggest one so you can see. This is the 3/4, right? Number one, they're very like smoothed edge, very good chrome finish, laser etching on the name and the size on both ends of the wrench. The middle of the handle is, of the wrench, I guess, rather than handle, is it gets fatter. So, I mean, that's obviously for grip. It's got a slim head here. There's a taper to that, but it's not much. It's not quite straight. I'm thinking it's probably more like the normal, what is that, like 15 degree, I think, offset or whatever it is, whatever they call it. But where you start to see some weird stuff is on the box end. It's like, who makes them? Who's probably the most prominent ones I can think of are the gear wrench, ratcheting wrenches, where it flips and the ratcheting end is like this, where it's rotated 90 degrees from the open end. It's reminiscent of that, except it flips literally right there at the end. You see where it gets thicker, and then there's your box end. And your box end, the other really cool thing about it, it's not like ground down like all the other ones usually kind of are. It's very deep, and the splines, I'm gonna call them, the cutout for the box end goes all the way through that entire bit of metal. So I'm not going to say you could use it upside down very easily, but technically if you got enough bite on it, you could. But it's pretty deep considering for what it is. And it does, like, when you're sitting there, it's still kind of offset, I guess, whatever that degree is. So if you're sitting flat on a nut or a fastener, then you do have some angle to it. So it's not like legitimately just flat. It's more like a typical boxed in wrench with the offset. So these are very interesting. This is one of the things, if they hadn't sent these to me, it was one of the things I was going to buy shortly. So I'm really excited to kind of take a look at these. And the quality, like from what I can tell, these, they don't feel cheap. They don't look cheap. I've never seen, if somebody knows, I've never seen another wrench in this exact configuration of this style. So I don't know who makes them. I don't know who they're getting to make them. I know Michael Pro is a smaller company. So more likely than not, why is my phone going off? Oh, boy. So I don't know who's making them, but they're not the chrome finish. I will say there's a few, and maybe this is because they're the free samples. There's a few like imperfections on the laser etching that I've noticed. But other than that, the chrome looks spot on. Like everything's real clean. I mean, I haven't honestly. Let's check this out on Amazon right now, real quick. Michael. Oh well, I guess it's all one word. Pro. That's a vibrator. That didn't work. It is. Is it one word? 2 words? Pro Tools. There we go. Okay, there's the Ratchet. I'm not seeing them on Amazon. Gear drive. See the Ratchet. Michael Pro Tools wrench. Bear with me. No. What the fuck? Are they not on? I know they're on Amazon. Or at least they were. Some are. Let me see if I can do an actual web search. I think they're... I want to say they're Kansas City is their office. I want to say. Don't quote me. I guess I could look at the damn box they sent it to me in. These are the guys I told you. Here, I will switch you guys over. You'll miss the beer cam. Oh, wait, no. I moved the beer cam. That's right. So here's their website. Damn, can I make that go back? No. Okay, so here's the finger banger Ratchet. That's what I call it. It's that where it's... Here, I'll bring it up closer. Where it's got that little pawl there on the handle. You can pull that to activate the ratchet. I've not seen this from anyone else either. So, I mean, it may seem kind of gimmicky, but if you were in a spot that was real tight, that might get you where you need to go. Here's half-inch click through torque wrench. What the fuck? Oh, click through. Okay. All right. I'll buy that for $1. That's actually a pretty nice looking torque wrench for, and it comes with 3 sockets for $64.99, but it's sold out. See, they have some stuff. This is what the other thing they sent me. Okay, so this right here is the 3/8 flex head. Now, I know this is all kind of silly because I got it pulled up on the screen, but let me turn it the way that makes it look. Look how skinny the head of that is, right? I mean, when you see this in the case here, the foam insert, it doesn't look like anything special. When I first pulled that out, I was looking at that and I'm going, whoa, that's super slim on the head, right? Which is what you need for the flex head. Now, the locking mechanism, if it wants to focus, there we go. You see the pin there. Everything's mirrored, so sorry if I can't get my shit together. So you see the pin there. That's the pin that you push to unlock the lock and move it. This thing has, it's a pawl sitting in there, right? That's like spring activated. So when you push the lever, it releases the tension and allows you to move it. This thing, it's at least got 3-tooth engagement, but this thing, it's a very fine toothing. So it's got, let me see if I can count it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 90 degrees. So I'm guessing it's 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 positions on a locking flex head. So that might not sound like much, but it's more than I've seen on most. Most of them you get about 5 or 6 positions, and that's about it. And a lot of them anymore, like ball bearing detents and things that are not as sturdy. This thing, when it's in, I mean, it's in. It's not going anywhere. This little pawl system that they have on this is very nice. I do wish maybe, I mean, I haven't used it yet, obviously, but I do wish this button was maybe like a little more compact. But I mean, I understand why they did it, for what they're doing. That's kind of what you needed to do. But it's not bad. The selector's low profile. It's real low and doesn't look like it's going to be one of those where you're accidentally hitting it, while you're working with it. And it is still a quick release. Very low profile, quick release button on there. For $50, as listed on their website, with the sockets, you get, what is that, 4, 8, 9 on standard, 4, 5, 9 on metric. So it's a pretty good set. 8, skip 9, 10, skip 11, 12, that kind of thing, all the way up to 18 on metric. I mean, I get it, 18's used, but 19's used a lot more than 18. I don't know. But you do have the 3/4 over on, maybe that's what they did. They just tried to match it as best they could with what you got. So you do have 3/4 on the standard, which would do pretty well to fit a 19. They are 12-point sockets. So the only one thing that so far has like super pissed me off about this whole thing is how tight the sockets are in this. Like, I'm sure it'll break in, but they're actually kind of hard to pull out of this foam insert. It's nice and tight, so you're going to have to wiggle those a bit. The other thing that kind of struck me, not as odd, but just something that I thought, they could maybe remedy in the future. The sockets don't have their name on them. The Ratchet does. It's laser etched on there. But all the rest of this is just your standard quality, no-name kind of stuff. For the most part, as far as the sockets and things are concerned, it doesn't look to be, the chroming's still very good on it, but it doesn't look to be anything like super special. But for $50 on their website, and this is saying right now too on their website even that it's sold out. Hey Brad, how's it going, sir? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night. So that's not bad. But the wrenches, that's what we were trying to look at. Here's the wrench set. $50 for them too. And that, again, says sold out. Maybe that's why they're not listed on Amazon right now. Maybe I got lucky and I got some stuff that isn't really available at the moment. Maybe they got to source some more. But who knows? I mean, if they're anything like Ulsa, sometimes after they have their run, they don't get certain things, back in. But look, you got T-handle sets with benchtop holders. You got, what is that, 1/4 and 3 adjustable speed T-handle sets, 1/4 and 3/8. That's going to be $42. They got that 7-piece drawer with tool cabinet, or Jesus Christ. 7-drawer tool cabinet, and it's filled with tools. But now this is $2,600, but does it say what's... Oh, yeah. See, this thing's loaded down. All your ratchets. Ooh, the long hex. I like those. I have a set of those from Tractor Supply. All your sockets. A T-bar. U-joints. Extensions. Spark plug sockets. Allen wrenches. The fuck are those? Those deep wells? Yeah, it looks like you get a few deep wells. That could be better. What else is in this kit? For $2,600. Some of their regular wrenches, some screwdrivers, file, bastard, couple, body hammer, sledgehammer, groove joint, wire cutters, needle nose, bent and straight, parts like a magnet, telescoping magnet, parts pickup tool, vice grips. I will say, is that if that's a tape measure, that 5-meter tape measure, damn, that could be better. I don't like that shit looking 5-meter sticker on there, but ooh, holy hell, look at that. Pneumatic impact, I'm guessing 3/8 ratchet. Air blow. I don't know what the fuck that is. What is that? Some kind of bracket. Maybe you auto guys know a little bit more than me on that. Oil filter wrench. Snap ring pliers. That, I'm guessing this big plastic case here is a digital caliper. E-Torx and Torx. E-Torx sockets and the Torx. This is not hateful. Here's the Big Daddy sockets in here. 101 piece 1/4 inch and 3/8 with all the deep wells. It looks like, oh come on, oh damn it, these look like they're better quality than the first ones we saw. Damn, that looks nicer than my Cobalt set that I got, but it is $2,600. First batch of stocks will arrive after mid-January 2021, and pre-orders or customizations, please contact us. Ooh, there we go. You got an impact universal, or well, swivel, some extensions, some adapters, and then you got your shorts, you got your deeps in SAE and metric. That's not, like, see, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Now, you may not agree necessarily with the 2600. You may not. But, like a starting technician at, I mean, no, there's going to be some odds and ends you're going to need to grab for sure. But look at this. Who's doing this? And granted, I know, we all know they kind of piece this together from some overseas sourcing, and we know what's going on here. But, and again, I'm not going to say I necessarily agree with the $2,600 price tag per se, but at least they're fucking trying. Look at this. If you were a tech, or like with the students at like the trade schools, this is gonna get you for the most part, barring some specialty stuff and a few odds and ends. This is gonna get you through most of the jobs that you're gonna come across. I do not see a breaker bar at all. I will say that. But you have the pneumatic impact. So, I guess you could fit that in. Maybe, yeah. And the ratchets don't look super long. You got a couple basic looking comfort grip. You got your better, probably a higher tooth count on this set. That's not a bad... Okay, but I digress. We got to go back. But yeah, they got lots of stuff that they're working on and coming out with. When I was first watching, they only had a few things. I don't even think they had that torque wrench. Brad's over there fighting with autocorrect. But yeah, what caught my eye is what they still have on Amazon is that somebody told me Cobalt had the same thing a while back, and I think I remember it. They had that 3/8 ratchet where it's got a flashlight in the anvil of the ratchet. So that's kind of cool. I know, yeah, I think Cobalt, it was either Cobalt or Husky. One of them had it at some point. Oh shit. Beer cam. I gotta set the beer back where the beer cam is. Damn it. I'm distracted by tools. But yeah, there it is right there. $24.99. Little lighted 3/8 ratchet. And it's got a little watch battery in here. Surprised they don't have more. Okay, yeah, they got some pictures here. Yeah, we've seen them. You've probably seen them if you think back. It's been about 5 or 7 years, probably, since I seen this in, I want to say it was Cobalt. I want to say it was at Lowe's, but I don't know. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, that's, and even that says sold out. So whatever's on Amazon over here that's it. Oh, they got the finger banger. Oh shit, look, they got the finger bang ratchet on here for, oh yeah, that's right, they got the large one too. 49.22 for a 1/2 inch. And the 3/8, I'm guessing that's 3/8, isn't it? Yeah. 3/8 is, oh, the big one's a 3/8 too. Oh shit. Yeah, so you pull back on that little tab. I know it looks silly, but again, I'm just, in my head, I'm thinking there were some times where that would have come in handy. I know, like when you're trying to get some shit apart, I don't have any concrete examples for you, but when you're trying to get some shit apart and you're supposed to take this component off first to get to that, to allow you space, but maybe, just maybe, you can fit this in there and get it off. Maybe. You know, it's one of those kind of things. I can think of a lot of instances where that would have been pretty nice to have, or at least would have gave you some hope. So anyway, back to the chat. Well, Robert, it is a quote-unquote no-name brand. But everyone's got to start somewhere, right? Their office is here in the U.S. I know that doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but if you look up their stuff, it's a small company. They're still doing their rollout. They're still getting their stuff. Of course, as we've talked about before on this channel and a lot of others, you got to start somewhere. And in today's market, it's real hard to start like a startup tool company or damn near anything. I mean, if you want to start selling t-shirts, chances are at first, for sure, you're going to be selling overseas, you know, not very super good quality products as far as shirts, you know, if you want to be economical. So, like, there's that thing. That's one of the whole reasons why, like, Teespring and all these other companies and all this stuff, the people that sell shirts like this, it's one of the reasons why. I mean, do y'all remember? I remember buying t-shirts at concerts for like 20-25 bucks. And no offense to any of the present company YouTubers, I buy them. I buy the fucking t-shirts when I can. I got a Brad's Workbench shirt now. I got my Tools and Trash shirt. I'm building my collection. But you can't get a YouTuber shirt or a shirt off a Teespring or you know, whatever, for like 35, 30, maybe 30, maybe like 35. A hoodie's like 65, 70 bucks, like all day long. It doesn't matter what the fuck the design is or who made it or what. Like, the prices are going up. So I mean, if you were going to start out trying to do something like that, a screen printing company, you're going to have to, you know, go with some lower quality stuff at first. But Robert, I know this ain't Snap-on. We all know it's not. But like, you see them trying these fucking wrenches. Look at that. They flipped the box, right? Unlike most normal wrenches. Again, I missed it when I asked it earlier. The red thing measures brake pad thickness. See, somebody knew. Thank you, Mr. Bill Beckett. I can always count on Bill to let me know things. Bill's very knowledgeable. But look at that. I mean, it's a very small thing, right? But also, too, I like how thick it is right there where it transitions. The gear wrench ones for the ratcheting wrenches. Now, granted, it's a ratcheting wrench, but it's not, there's a little bit of this going on, but it's not nearly as pronounced. This gets pretty fucking thick right here where it actually is at its thickest point on both sides. It's not a half inch, but it's more than a quarter inch. It's probably, for sure, it's 3/8 at least. It's thick. I mean, this, if you hit somebody with this, it's got some weight to that side of the wrench, but it's still pretty well balanced. Well, yeah, it's like literally, I can't do it on my finger because my finger's probably not level, but I'm on the H in Michael, and it's there, it's sitting balanced. So even though it's got some extra metal on this one side, it's still pretty balanced. Feels good in the hand, like every YouTuber must say. But no, I'm really excited about these. So they're trying some different stuff now, and I won't even say the flashlight ratchet. That's a little on the gimmicky side, right? That it's a little, right? They never sold that well way back when they were in the tool store. So, that's a reach, but we don't know, you know, their exact reasoning for it. But these other things that they're doing seem to be pretty good. I see a car battery charger. Yeah, they had another set of wrenches other than these, I want to say, a while back, and they must have sold out of them. They also here have an Allen pack with the little box. They don't look to be like super long or anything though. They look to be like your standard like short set. Not too bad, 20 bucks. I can't say, man. I can't say anybody else is doing any worse. So, okay, let's get back to it here. You see this. Some of the T-handle sets are a little more. They got the ball end Allen wrench SAE. So they do have a ball end set. That's pretty sweet. That's a little more. But the regular sets are 30 something a piece. And then T-handle. Okay, Allen wrench set with convenient stand metric. I don't see how that's... Oh, because these aren't two-way. Okay, okay. But yeah, I mean, they're trying. You got to give them some credit. I'm like, most companies, right? If they're going to do something like this, they're not doing the foam insert, and they're doing that. So I don't know. I think they're trying. We'll see where they go and what they do over time, but I don't see anything in front of me that looks less than the best stuff that you can get from overseas. I'll say that. I would put it above the Husky and the Cobalt stuff that I've seen. I really would. The wrenches for sure. The Ratchet, just based on the features and things that it has. And, you know, it would have been easier to make it a thicker head. It would have been easier to make, you know, it without the foam insert. It would have been cheaper to do a lot of these things. But they didn't. So they're trying. They are focused on, you know, the function over maybe necessarily saving a few pennies. I just showed this earlier. You guys probably still don't see it very well. That thing is thin. And I know that's probably not going to make or break a whole lot of stuff. But I'm sure it's going to make a few things a little more comfortable. So, you could buy Bond House made in America, Allen and Torch free. Yes, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I mean, you can. And that's what my last company before I worked at Amazon, that's what we had. That was our standard. And them guys, anytime they lost one, which it was always like the 3mm was a really popular one for set screws, and we'd always lose it. Is it 3mm or 2.5 or some shit like that? One of the smaller ones. As soon as they would lose that, they'd go get a whole nother set. It's crazy. We threw out so many Allen wrenches just because we'd have like 6, 7 sets, missing 2 or 3 pieces. We'd try to piece together a set if we could, but past a certain point, you just get rid of them. But yeah, I mean, are there other options out there? Yeah, and maybe sometimes they're going to be cheaper, but it's the same thing we talk about with any small business, man. If you're starting a small business, you gotta try to make a profit, right? You're not going to be able to compete with somebody that has their own manufacturing. Maybe if you're outsourcing, you're not going to be able to compete with somebody that has a shit ton of buying power, like Walmart or some of these big box stores that can, you know, buy larger quantities and get a discount there and thus sell it cheaper. You know, you got to pay. Like, I thought about having like a run of some tools. I don't know what they would be. Thought about like as like a promotional thing. Like, it'd have to be something small and kind of stupid, right? But then that was my immediate thought, Robert, I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to put the Just Wrench It logo on something and to give it out to people. But for like what I have available and what I'd probably be willing to pay for like a run of 100 somethings with my name on them, they're probably going to be pretty shit quality, right? Like, if I wanted something nice, I'm going to have to pay a lot more for it. So that's just kind of the thing. I don't know. Again, I don't know exactly where all of their sourcing and things are coming from. Obviously, if it was made in America, it would say so. So it's not that. But I'll say it's better quality than the shit that I see at Harbor Freight. I will say that. Or, you know, some of these other stores. So, we'll see where they end up in a few years. Hopefully, they'll gain some popularity. I know I've seen Autobahn Dan with a couple of their things not too long ago, a few months back, I think. So, if it's not broken, fix it. It says, thin is the game when removing exhaust bolts from Kawasaki and Kohler engines. Yeah. And also small. Like, if you guys remember, and of course, again, I don't have them here because of everything being in storage, but those power belt ratchets, that I had just bought not too long ago there before Christmas. Uh, those things are fucking tiny. I mean, they're not. This is thinner, but those are a very small head just in general. They're still pretty thin. They're not very bulky, but those things are tiny considering a normal sized ratchet. So, it's those little things. And Powerbuilt's not like, one of the few top brands or anything. Uh, they're not super popular among the circles that I hear people talking about shit. So I mean, the same could probably be said for them, but you see these smaller companies trying harder to do the things, to listen to the people and go, what's going to make this easier? Well, let's turn the box in. Let's make it a little thicker, do what we got to do. Let's turn that box in and give them a better experience with the box in, where, everyone else, a lot of these other companies are just like Craftsman. I mean, come on. Y'all have been making the same shit for going on, what, 40 years? Right? The standard style Craftsman wrenches are, what do they call those with the flat panel? There's a name for it. Raised something. Oh, I can't remember what they call that specific style, but shit, those might even be older than that. I know they were making them in the 80s. But, I mean, it's fucking 2020, guys. Like, if you're just literally... If we can go buy those same Craftsman wrenches in the store. Same rough molds. I'm sure they've redone some stuff and maybe tried to slim them up for metal savings or whatnot. But still the same wrenches. Some of these companies are selling you the same shit over and over and over. And if it's somebody like Snap-on or SK where there's no huge problems in the design, then yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. But like anybody else, Lowe's, Cobalt, Husky, Home Depot, like, what are you doing? Like, try something, do something different, listen to the people. The fucking Cobalt guys over there right now, I know this isn't a hand tool. The Cobalt guys over there are flipping the fuck out, if you guys have been over on the Facebook group, about the fucking cordless brad nailer. They were talking about it. They say it's coming. It hasn't come. I think at some point it got pushed back. It's like one of the only tools that's not in the Cobalt power tool lineup, and everybody's flipping shit. It's become like a whole meme thing over on the Cobalt page that just everyone's pissed because they just will not come out with it. And they keep giving them they gave them a cordless pump sprayer for fertilizers and things for your lawn and whatever else, weeding. Give them that. And everybody was pissed. It was like, my brad nailer's broken. And then they show a picture of that because everybody's so angry they're not listening to the people. And so, I don't know. I think tool companies, the smaller ones, I think are getting more crafty. And I think they're trying harder. Robert, thank you for stopping by. Go take care of your mom. Much appreciated. Thank you for that. It's a good son right there. But yeah, I think they're trying. And I think that's important for us as consumers to attempt to reward them for that. Now, granted, I asked for some stickers or something. Decorations. I guess it's kind of a decoration. I'm going to try to use it as much as I can. Obviously a little limited in my current workspace, but I'm going to put them through some paces. I definitely am interested to see how that form seems to help, but they're trying. They're doing something different. Everybody should be doing different stuff at this point. Anybody who's doing the same thing, look at Craftsman. I mean, they're doing mostly the same shit. Their whole Craftsman professional line, that's all, I believe it's all canceled by now. If it's not, it's dead in the water. Nobody's buying the Craftsman professional line or any of that. I can't remember seeing anybody with any of it in probably the last 15 years. But, you know, even that, it's like, it's the same stuff, just like a notch up, you know, on Craftsman's side. They're selling the same stuff, and they have been. They're not really trying to do anything different. Now, granted, they're a sinking ship for the most part, but that's a good example of what's happening when you're not listening. Combine that, not listening, to sending stuff overseas, and I mean, that's a disaster. There's still tons of people, and present company included. I'm sure there's a lot of people that still say if Craftsman was made in the USA, they'd still be buying that stuff. But nobody wants the Chinese Craftsman stuff. Not anybody that knows what they're buying or gives a damn. I don't know, Bill. Hold on, because I kept seeing this earlier. Well, you guys are going to see some stuff here. No, it's not my penis. So this is my Robin Hood. I got a few $100s in here. I'm just basically letting it sit and lose money right now. It was 400. I was up, and then some shit happened. Let me see. Well, that's going to be on the... Oh, what is it? Daily Movers. Here we go. Daily Movers. GameStop had to have fucking tanked today. AMC. I don't know what's going on with it, though. What Jaguar House. Let me search. GameStop. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I know everybody's been pissed at GameStop in the video game industry for... Okay, it's called GME. Did it go up? No, for one day it's not bad. Oh, what the fuck? It went up. What the fuck? Oh, it went up? I thought it crashed. I know everybody's been real unhappy with them. Holy shit, you could have made some fucking money. It was up almost... At the height, it was $371.82. You could have bought it a week ago for $82. You got $300 a share. Jesus, what was it? Fucking... Holy shit. What the fuck happened? How'd I miss this boat? Jesus Christ. I could have bought this shit. It was $11 3 months ago. Holy fuck. $3 a year ago. Oh my god, really? What the fuck happened? Okay, so I'll have to look into this and see, Bill, what they're saying. I did see something where they were talking about, like, hedge funds and video gamers and something. Everybody hates GameStop, though. If you know anything about the video game industry, which you probably don't, Bill, specifically. Some of you other guys probably do, a little. But this, GameStop is not worth $292 a share. It's not. It's just fucking not. They're rip-off artists. They overcharge for damn near everything. Like, I don't think I've shopped at a GameStop specifically. I know I bought an Xbox 360 when Halo 2 came out. Or no. Halo 3. Halo 3 was the 360. So when Halo 3 came out, I bought an Xbox 360 and Halo 3. I was there at release night. But yeah, there's no fucking way GameStop's worth this much. There's no way. This is a bubble that's gonna fucking crash. It's one of those pump and dumps where they talk up a bunch of shit, or they do some things to get everybody to buy in, to raise the stock price, then they sell everything they got that they bought for $3 3 months ago, and then it's gonna come back down. If it doesn't, then somebody's crazy. They're eventually going to lose their ass because GameStop's a dying store. Holy hell, though. I wish I'd have caught that. I lost all kinds of fucking money today. Look Look, this is my one day. I started with 412.25 and I ended 396. But I got let's see, I got some weird stuff. Driven is one of the largest. Let me read you their little fucking. See, here I am giving stock advice. This is bullshit. Here it is. Driven Brands Holdings provides automotive services, provides customer and commercial automotive needs, including paint, collision, glass, vehicle repair, oil change, yada, yada, yada. So, come on, just wrench it. This just debuted. It just launched. It was like a week ago. Yes, January 15th. So a little over 2 weeks ago, I think. It launched. And I bought in right about there. The height, like where it was real high here. I put in an order, right? Like, because you can pre-order at an estimated price. But it's got to hit that price for your order to go through. And they were saying it was going to launch at like $24 a share or something. So I thought, just to be safe, I'll put it at like 25. So I put a couple of shares in at 25. I'll buy those. If you look, it started at 28, they claim, right? But it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to start at like 22 or 24, something like that. So I thought I was going to be good. But then it started even higher and didn't drop below my threshold the whole time. I think the lowest, it was 26.55. So I had to like cancel that bid and get another one. I got in at like just over $28. So, yeah, literally my average cost was $28.07. So, like, I'm hoping this will go up. This is the largest, founded in 1972, Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, it doesn't say it here, but it's one of the largest automotive service provider companies in the United States. So, it can't be all bad. So I bought some of that just because that was getting ready to launch. I kind of figured, usually a few things happen when something launches. It usually, like, it's not going to skyrocket. Usually that's a bad indicator that they could have sold their stock for more and they didn't, and that's kind of iffy. So it shouldn't really like shoot up like crazy right away, and it shouldn't dip real far down. It should kind of like level off a bit and bounce. But then shortly after, once things really get rolling, then it should start to move one way or another. So within, give or take about the first 3 months to a year, you should start to see like a general grade to its incline or decline. Why are we talking about stocks? What the fuck happened? Jesus Christ. But anyway, the GameStop thing, that's fucking nuts. There's no way. It's okay. The Dow drop. Are they even talking about it in like an ad or in one of their articles? Nope, not saying fucking shit about it. You think if something jumped up fucking over 300%, they'd say something? Nope, not a word. That's funny. But yeah, so. I don't know. I'll have to read in a little bit more to that, but that's some bad mojo for anyone holding some GameStop that they paid $200 some for. There's no way. All right, so we're getting back to Beer Cam here. We're going back to Beer Cam. Chilling. Hey, look how good we're doing. We are 55 minutes in, and I haven't cried or played 80s music yet, and I'm not drunk yet. We're doing good. This is a real tool channel today. It's the shirt. The shirt just keeps me centered and focused. But, what the fuck? GameStop? Come on, I know I got some gamers in the damn chat. Anybody that's played a video game within the last 15 years know GameStop ain't worth $300 a share. I would be willing to bet it wasn't worth the $3 a share it was last year at this time. That's nuts. That's crazy. I don't know what the I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I will read up on it, but damn. Oh, I could have made some money. See, if that was me though, if you're sitting there, which I know none of us are, but if you're sitting there and you just watched your GameStop go from $80 to $300, sell, fucking sell it now. It ain't going no higher. I bet at open. Well, wait, it's Friday. No, it's Wednesday. Well, I'm off tomorrow, so I think I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it. It's got to go down. It's got to go down. There's no way. You know how many companies don't have stocks that are worth that much, that are so much more important and better financially off than fucking GameStop? Ah, that's nuts. And plus, downloadable games are like the thing now. So like GameStop literally just basically sells you consoles and accessories and stuff. Like most people download their games. Everybody got tired of buying a disc and getting it scratched, and then you're out the game, you know? Whatever happened? Holy shit, we're getting off topic. I promise we'll bring it back around full circle. Does anybody remember? I know you do. The PS1? Was it PS1? I want to say it was PS1. The black discs, the black CDs with that like coating on it. Those damn things were like impossible to scratch. You could take sandpaper to the bottom of that disc and it'd still play fine. But then, like, they just stopped doing it. In the age where discs were super common, like DVDs existed as the main format for all media on video, and CDs and things were still being sold in record stores, and video games were on CD, and PlayStation had that. I think it was proprietary. It wasn't even on all the games. Maybe one of the game companies owned it or something. But I don't know why that didn't become more popular, because they were literally fucking indestructible. You had to break it with a hammer. You couldn't fucking scratch it. That's for sure. Brad's workbench is here. He stopped in to look at my nice tools and trash shirt. The 1 week that I was wearing the shirt, Brad missed it. He caught it later. He was like, what the hell? You're wearing my shirt and I missed the stream. It happens. AMC Jeep back in the day. My mom had an AMC Pacer. Pacers were different. I mean, it's not for today's market, but like when I was growing up, I'd seen a couple, and I don't think they looked that bad compared to some of the things. My brother had what was it? A Chevelle? Not the good one. Well, didn't it make like a little hatchback, little four banger, like piece of shit one somewhere there in the late 80s? He had one of those. Chevette? Is that it? Whatever it was. He had one of those. And, oh God, that thing was a piece and a half. Oh, horrible fucking car. Princess Jamie, I knew you were here. I seen people talking about you, but I haven't acknowledged you yet. Welcome. It's good to see you. I hope that your week has been good. No, wait. I dropped my Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 disc, slid along the basement floor, and it still worked fine. Yeah. Well, it's the Wednesday night meeting. I'm not doing it. I was already on one earlier. Can we talk about something? Let's talk about something. My boss. Now, granted, I'm not going to say I don't play on my phone from time to time. But my boss actually literally had to mention in the meeting that he is starting to enforce the rules that personal cell phones are not allowed at work, and unless there's some kind of personal exception that you have to get approval for, and then even then, like, you really shouldn't have it in your hand. It should be like in a desk drawer or off to the side somewhere. You have your work phone, right, for work purposes, and somebody could always call you on that if need be, should an emergency arise. But he had to basically tell everyone today that we're not allowed to have phones at work anymore. What the fuck are these people doing? I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I get it. We all have a lot of stuff. You want to look at Facebook or Reddit, or check out that new Just Ratchet video. Maybe Brad's turning something up on the Brad's Wood Turning channel. You know, maybe something like that. Maybe Tools and Trash did a new video on the Nip-X pliers that he had already done before, but he did it again just to make sure you knew these are good. You know, maybe somebody's putting out a video. Jamie's, tearing apart some shit that I can't even understand and making me look bad. You want to watch something at break or whatever, or you got a few minutes while you're waiting to do something else, that's cool. But it's the guys that, like, are on their shit all the time and start making everybody else look bad. The bad apple ruins the bunch, but I'm just like, man, dude, put your fucking phone down if it's that bad. You know what I mean? The boss is coming, put your fucking phone down and at least pretend like you're working or something. Jesus. So now it's come through, and no personal phones at work. But I can assure you one thing: my happy ass is going to get an exception made for me. I still won't be like playing on it 24/7, but if somebody tags me on Instagram, I'm probably going to check it. But for me, like, I know this isn't a business, right? It's not a business per se, right? But it is, because it makes me money. But I get tool companies messaging me. I'm getting emails and things technically that I should respond to in a decent amount of time. Actually, I got the Tack Life girl got back a hold of me. Her name's Crystal. She got back a hold of me about the hammer drill again, except this time it's not in a kit. It's just the corded hammer drill by itself. And she's asking me if I want to review it. And I've already waited too long, like, to respond, that she replied back and was like, hey, did you get my email? Do you want to review this? And I was like, fuck. And I think that was 2 days ago. So now at this point, I feel bad for not getting back to her. But I am kind of busy in a clusterfuck of a divorce and relocation and all this, that, and the other. That's one of the reasons why I still haven't got I have a video shot. The blower motor replacement on the Taurus. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not exactly a spectacular video. But, I need content because I haven't really put any real videos out in a while now. And I got it all shot and everything. I probably just edit it. I can't find the time. And then when I do, I just want to fucking relax for a minute. So, beer and stupid content on TV or anime or whatever I can come up with seems to win out over sit at the computer and edit a YouTube video. So I'm not giving up on it completely. It's just mental health time. Let's say mental health time. I will say, damn it, I am giving away some fucking tools. And I thought about it. I'm gonna use these a little bit. I'm not gonna be able to put them through like a whole lot of paces, right? But I'm gonna use them a little bit. I'm gonna check them, see what I think, fitment, all that. I'll probably do like a quick video on them, showcasing, what I can of them and their abilities and features. But I'm gonna be giving these away too because, again, like we've talked about, I got a whole storage unit full of tools, and I don't need most of those. I for sure don't need these. So in this case, it's a good thing that somebody else will get to check them out. Maybe Renegade loves getting free tools. I know that. A good set of standard wrenches, that might actually be good for Brad. Brad's going to have a lot of his equipment and things going to have standard bolts on it. Well, you would hope it would have some standard bolts on it. Let's just say that. Depends on how old his equipment is. But yeah, we'll be giving some of this away shortly. I got all the power tools to give away. I swear to God, I'm going to shoot this video tomorrow, no matter how it turns out. If it's bad, it's bad. I'm going to tear apart the Milwaukee, the Chemo, and the Tack Life electric ratchets to a point to where I can hopefully get them back together. We'll take them apart, look at the differences of how they're made up, and, you know, cost-benefit analysis of what you get for your money. And so I'm going to do that video, and then as soon as I get that video done, I'm giving away the Tack Life 3/8 ratchet. As long as it still fucking works. Who knows? It might combust on me. BSS is here. I'm sure he's been here for a minute. Maybe I did catch the first comment. But yes, congratulations to BSS on 1K. Polar Bear Ed. I see him a lot of time over on Twisted V Twin. On Twisted V Twin Garage. They do like live streams where like a couple of them hang out, and I see Polar Bear Ed over there a lot on those live streams in the evenings, usually about this time. But it seems to be random. I haven't caught like a real schedule. They just, sometimes they're on, sometimes they're not. It's weird. But I see him over there a lot. Somebody else. Who else fucking hit 1K? I could have swore somebody else hit 1K too. Swore somebody else hit 1K. Either way. Oh, wait, Amos. Or no, not Amos, god damn it. Antonio, ACM. I'm almost certain he hit 1,000. I'm pretty sure I saw that. And this is crazy to me because a lot of these channels, like, I think I was pretty close to, like, not long ago, or, you know, thereabouts, or smaller than them. So it's like, it's good to start to see, like, we're all slowly rising up together. Renegade, you're at what, I think over 300, right? I have tool that I don't need, so I should get rid of them. You say that. We all say that. We're fucking lying. Oh, dude, I'm not as bad as, like, CP with all his ratchets or something, but I have, like, way more ratchets than I need. And I've noticed something. Every time that I'm like, I'm going to use that ratchet, I never fucking do. I never do. It's like, I gotta, well, obviously I've changed my layout, but I gotta change my layout because I had that, like, the Cobalt tool cart thing with the tool set in the drawer, and that became, like, my go-to for everything. I was just using that for everything, unless I really needed the extra leverage of, like, an extendable handle or a flex head or something like that. Unless I really needed it, I just made do with that. So I have all these expensive specialty ratchets for, you know, all intents and purposes, sitting over there 20 feet away or less, and I'm still using the bullshit Cobalt set, you know, that came with this tool cart. And I think that happens to everybody from time to time. We have so many tools, especially like some of the, you can get it with this, but it'd be better with this, like the bent handle, flex head, Ratchets. One of the guys at work just pulled that out of his toolbox the other day, and I was like, "What the fuck?" It's a gear wrench, 84 tooth, 3/8, flex head, bent handle. And pulled it out of his toolbox at work the other day. And I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, the fuck did you get this? Like, did you bring this in?" He goes, "Oh no, I ordered it. Like he ordered it through official channels or whatnot." And I'm like, kind of like, part of me was like, why? Why would he need this specialty ratchet? I guess that's just like what he likes using, I guess. But then, like, on the other part of me, it's like, motherfucker, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna order some tools. Because he ordered, like, a whole nother bunch of sockets and a few other things he was showing me. He's like, yeah, I ordered all this stuff a little while back. Da, da, da. I'm like, this is some bullshit. He doesn't like, we have the Proto sockets and ratchet. That's most all our stuff is 3/8. We don't have a whole lot of 1/2 inch, at least in our standard kit. So we have the Proto ratchets, and they're a thin head. They're pretty thin. It's not as thin as this Michael Pro, but it's pretty thin. But it's just a standard length, 3/8, a little bit of knurling on the handle. It's nothing crazy. But he doesn't like them. I don't know why he doesn't like them. I've used them. I mean, they're not bad, I don't think, but he didn't like it. He wanted his gear wrench over his Proto. And his argument was that Proto had suffered a lot under Stanley Black & Decker, and now basically they're just leeching off the name. I'm not saying they're still not quality tools. I'm just saying his opinion is that they're not what they used to be, and that they're basically selling a name. Brad. That's funny. Yeah, tools are always in handy. It's real important to have them on hand, at least something. Even like the most inept motherfucker. If you have an apartment, you need like a little house toolkit. If you have a house, you need like either a big house toolkit or you need to actually start accumulating stuff. God forbid you want to work on your vehicles, even if that is just an oil change every now and again. That's where you start needing some stuff. You need ramps, you need jacks, you need, whatever, wheel chocks, you need ratchets, you need wrenches, you need 5 gallons of Loctite, just in case. It's weird. Like, nobody wants to get rid of their tools. All the tool guys, and that's why, like, when our fathers and our grandfathers and people, pass, they have these garages and these barns and these areas like just chock full of God knows what. And half the stuff, screwdrivers, man. I got so many screwdrivers. I started throwing just like, if it's even questionable, it's gone. I mean, I donate it to like the Restore or something. I don't just like literally throw it in the trash unless it's completely broke. But yeah, I have so many screwdrivers. I got a set back there. I got another set. I gave a bunch away when I moved. I donated those to the Restore. It was funny because a few weeks later when I was buying the doors for the desks, I was walking through the Restore and I keep seeing the stuff from my garage on the shelf. And I always like doing that and like going over and looking and seeing like how much they're trying to get out of the stuff that I gave them for free. I mean, I get it. It's like the goodwill of tool stores and building supplies, but it is pretty interesting. Oh, I ignore the chat way too much. Oh, Renegade says he has 245 subs. Okay. But you know what? Renegade, I mean, I know you've been on here for a bit. Honestly, brother, you're doing a lot better than me considering your timeline. I think, for the amount of time, like day for day or whatever you want to call it, or video for video or whatever. I'm pretty sure you're way over me, dude. It took me forever to get to 100. For fucking ever. And then I don't even remember 250. I mean, I kind of do. Somewhere, yeah, I probably remember like 200 somewhere in there, just maybe like 225. And then the next thing I remember was just like, it's a snail's pace. And it's just a couple, because my growth curve didn't like really go up. I just still kept steadily getting a few subs every now and again. So, dude, I just crawled. I fucking crawled the whole way up to 1,000. And then now it's getting a little better. There's still days and days that go by, though. I don't get a single sub, which is, I don't care. It doesn't make or break me. I'd like it to be better, but at the moment, I'm not really putting in a lot of effort anyway. Thankfully, I can drink beer on live stream and keep my channel alive, right? Without that, I'd probably be dead in the water, considering the algorithm. Oh, I'd be dead. 4 years and 350 videos to get to 1K for me. If Stephen Cox didn't shut me out, I would still be working on the 1K. Oh, Stephen Cox didn't shout you out. You'd still be working. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. Some of our channels do really good and some don't. Mine, I think it was because my stuff's easy to consume. Like a lot of obviously my channel's changed a bit over time, but like a lot of the main content of the channel was like around tools and cars and helpful, tips and tool reviews and things. And I think a lot of that was like, it's real easy to digest and then just to click off the fucking video and get to whatever you're trying to do. Like changing the full suspension on the Acadia. It's a good video. It's really long. And actually, when people watch it, it doesn't have a very good click-through rate. But when people do watch it, it has we'll call it a decent watch time. It's still pretty long, but you can see them watching it, like the important points that they need in the metrics. So they're watching it. They're getting what they need from it. It's just not enough to like tip that scale and to push people to watch it for no reason. And so it's real easy for those few people that watch it just to watch it and click off and not even think about it. Sadly anymore, it used to be like the helping stuff and the tutorials did really well. People would be like really happy if you helped them. But anymore now, they're not like, it's a faster paced world, so they're less likely to sit there and subscribe to you and write out a comment and thank you for your time and figuring out whatever it is. They're a lot less likely to do that and a lot more likely just to click off your video and go back to trying to fix their two-stroke engine or whatever they're doing. Because, yeah, and you were helpful and that was great. And maybe if they think about it later, they'll come back. But that's real rare, man. A lot of ours get lost in, like, the ether. Oh, man. It's been a fucking day, guys. I was up in Columbus all day. I know I said this at the beginning, but there was nobody in here. I was up there all day helping out another site, so I had to wake up, drive to my site, get my safety gear, drive all the way to Columbus, help them. Luckily, the boss took me out to lunch, and the other guys too. So we all went out and ate lunch, and then we went back and we finished it. But man, all these sites are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we already launched one in Columbus. It's the biggest one in North America currently. And this one's smaller than that, but it's still pretty big. So there's just like, it's a lot of walking and back and forth and all over the building. And little more cardio than I'm probably used to. Hey, CP, the tool addict stopped by. We were just talking about you earlier. We said we were talking about you and your Ratchet addiction, um, which is pretty funny. And then I was saying that we have all these these ratchets, right? The specialty ones, the comfort grip, the comfort grip flex head, the comfort grip, longer one. We got the short stubby. We got we have all these different ratchets, and I was like, half the fucking time, hey CP, thank you sir, holy shit. But we were talking about half the time the specialty ratchets and shit that we have that would make something maybe a little easier. Like half the time we don't, or at least I know I don't use them. You might because you're a little more disciplined in the mechanic work, and you've learned if you're working on this and you've done this a few times that this is going to make it a little easier. So you might be a little more inclined to go grab that right tool that you have in your toolbox. But a lot of the times, man, it gets skipped over on me, and I would not go that extra 10 or 15 feet to that toolbox to get it, and I would just struggle through with a regular ratchet. On that awesome note, with the guy still rocking out, I'm going to go grab another beer for the beer can. Alright, I am back. Definitely takes some intuitive development. Yeah, I mean, that's the one major thing, I think. I did sometime. I worked at a dealership when I was young. I wasn't a mechanic. I was like their detail bitch in the body shop. It was a horrible experience. But I like the work was fine. The people fucking sucked. This was maybe 2003, maybe 2002. Anyhow, and that pissed me off because that was the only job I had for the longest time that was like Monday through Friday, 7 to 3 or 5, whatever the fuck the hours were. Like day shift, like real 9 to 5 kind of shit. It was like the only job that I had for years to come after that was that. And then I went back to like third shift, off shift stuff for years and did different. And I'm like, man, like maybe it wasn't so bad. Maybe I should have put up with all those assholes a little more. But I worked at the dealership, and I would start to see the mechanics, and they were just like, it was like a fucking doctor. This car would come in, they'd go, okay, it needs this, 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 and this, and they would just start, like, they had like one of the little rolly trays that goes next to the car, and they'd just start like laying stuff out on the tray. Well, I know I need a 3/8 ratchet with my 10-inch extension, and I need this socket, and I need this wrench, and I need like, they just lay it all out like a doctor prepared for surgery. They know exactly what they need. They know exactly what they're going. They know exactly how long it's going to take them, barring any crazy issues. It was just like, it's that surgical precision. Like, I've done this a few times. I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. And that's the whole idea behind flat rate. That's where they get motherfuckers to agree to flat rate. Because they get to that point where they're kind of like, yeah, it's like a lot of the same jobs. I know what's going on, barring any crazy issues, I got this completely under control. And that's where they start to get a lot of, the guys get comfortable and they start understanding most of what they see coming in, especially at a dealership. And it's real easy to think, And sometimes it's real easy to follow through, but it's real easy even at first to think that, oh yeah, I'm going to make a ton of money on this flat rate system because all these jobs are cake. Unless they're not all cake. Unless something happens or a bolt breaks or, whatever have you. Insert fuckery here. Yeah, like, we all know you're one broken bolt away from a 30-minute job turning into a 3-day job. It just depends on what you got and what tools, man. Like, I remember when I was starting out actually, like, wrenching on stuff and doing things, having to work without the right tools is so fucking frustrating, right? Like, not having something. But you know what's even more frustrating? Knowing you can't afford whatever you need to fix it, and like your literal only option is to try to make do some other way with the tools you have or whatever. That's an even worse spot to be in. It's one thing to just be like, oh shit, I don't have that flex head ratchet that's going to make this easy. I should buy that next time around or whatever. No, that's the decent side of it. The worst side is knowing you don't have the money for the tool. It's where you see people doing like these botched like body repairs, like Bondo jobs, and I swear to God, there was this one dude who was doing Bondo on this thing, and I told him, you got to pull it out, bang it out, whatever you can do, kind of like straighten it out as best you can, and then put your Bondo on. No, this motherfucker, he must have gone through like 3 containers of fucking Bondo, just filling, and it kind of crack and shrink and fill some more. Dude, by the time he was sanding 3-foot section for a dent that was maybe 7-8 inches. Like, it was deep, but that's why you pound it out and you do some things, try to raise it back up to the surface, at least some. Dude just kept putting Bondo on it. Layer on layer of Bondo. CP, though, I don't know if you're still here. Maybe you are. Looks like you should be. You commented not too long ago. I really do appreciate that. That's a hell of a super chat, sir. Thank you. Holy fuck. Yeah, I gotta get back on my game, guys. I gotta get back on my game and figure out what this apartment stuff is gonna look like. I am doing one thing. Come hell or high water. So I'm going to, there's these windows. I'll move the beer can. Pay attention to the beer can. So I did a tour. If you guys weren't assholes, you watched that. I put it up on Patreon as a public video. And I posted it the other live stream. So if you weren't assholes, you would have watched that. But this is the current office, and those are windows in the wall. So they're everywhere. Now let's get the beer can back up. And why does it look weird now? It looks really weird now. Oh, because I didn't put the fucking beer back right. I'm fucking all this up. But anyhow, I want to go get... I'm leaning towards Plasti Dip because you can do colors and stuff. And I'm going to get some probably cardboard or something to like do the border. I don't really care as much as I should. But I'm going to fill those in with Plasti Dip on the glass so that I can do something. I do like being able to see through a little bit, like, kinda, but it's more of a hindrance, I think, than something that helps. And it's like that down this whole wall of the apartment, like all the way down to the other end. There's these big ass windows in all the walls. So I'm leaning towards white because of the white paint. Like, I might not have that much cleanup to do if I go white. I think that's the general consensus. So I wanted to kind of do color though. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when I go to the store. And that shit's expensive too. It's like three or it might even be more than that. It might be like $4 or $5 a can. Oh, put it back. Put the beer can back. And turn it a little bit. Get that lavender candle in there. Yeah. Speaking of which, Mark C. I don't need. Yeah. Mark's looks like he's still here. Beat it to fit and paint to match. Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd be surprised. I'm assuming you're talking about paint, like the body work and stuff that I was earlier referring to. That's what I'm assuming you're talking about, Jamie. And hey, Austin. Yeah, people don't. I mean, and it takes a while. It does take a while, but metal, it's never going to be quite as strong, right? I mean, there's some things you can do to help, but you can straighten out a lot of metal. Like, that's where a lot of the body repair stuff today, it just depends on, like, I guess probably how bad it is, but definitely on a superficial level, a lot of that shit can be fixed. Or really close with, you know, a body hammer, or a body hammer. Like a dolly and body hammer set. You can fix a lot of sheet metal stuff with that. And then if you are going to have to Bondo, which you might, like a little, it's going to be like literally very minimal. But people just don't want to do it. I watched this one. These guys had bought like a wrecked Mustang or something that had like rear quarter damage. But it wasn't even that bad. But these guys just sat there and sat there and sat there. They were trying to do it right. They thought they were just going to be able to hammer out this dent. Or like, and it was like a big wrinkled dent. Like, I mean, it was kind of serious. And they thought they were going to be able to just like basically like hammer this thing out and be done with it. And like on their video that I watched, there was like 2 or 3 of them, I think, taking turns beating on this thing and tapping and whatnot. And it still looked like a, you know, wrinkly, wavy mess when they were done. And nothing lined up still. And I'm like, yeah, it takes a lot more fucking work than you think to like try to bend that, especially back. You know, if it was like a first iteration of its forming, it's going to be, you know, obviously mostly machinery's required or involved. But if you're going through and bending and flexing something for the first time, it's going to be easier. But then once that has been crumpled and trying to return, it's not impossible, but it's not easy either. But on a lot of them old cars, man, a lot of them guys anymore, they refuse to even touch Bondo and put it on them cars. They will do what they got to do. If they can save it, they're going to try to save it and do, you know, sheet metal. Good stuff, Austin. You got a new iPad? That's cool. Bill Beckett is serious too. I have about 100 body hammers. Well, I only have the Harbor Freight. I think it's the Maddox set, and it's not bad. It's better than the previous. I think the previous one was Pittsburgh. Don't quote me. But yeah, I mean, and even it does okay for the most part. I mean, it depends on what you're doing and how much fucking patience you got. You're gonna have to bend something. It's like them PDR guys, the paintless dent removal. Oh my god, them guys have like the patience of a saint. Like it seems like sometimes with all them tools and rods and pushing and. Whew. Like some of that I don't have patience for. I mean that's like borderline crazy. But when you don't want to paint the whole car, it's a good option. Oh man, today shops replace. Yeah, and it's not just shops, Bill. It's not just shops. Industrial maintenance is the same way. They don't hardly ever replace anything anymore or fix anything. They just replace it. And they don't even check the components anymore. A lot of times you either trash them or you send them out for repair yourself to some other probably manufacturer, authorized service center, or whatever. But yeah, like I know lots of maintenance guys that they're genuinely parts replacers. Like they don't even really troubleshoot. Like they'll replace shit that has nothing to do with whatever's going on. I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of guys out there. Man, according to my table here, I'm working on beer number 3. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I lucked into a great PDR tech. Yeah, like them guys, like, you gotta think, like, the ones that are really bad, like the whole fucking car gets hailed on or whatever. Some of them guys can do amazing things, you know, and what would be near impossible for us, they can pop a couple of rods in there, do a couple of things, and basically, you know, they're just pulling out dents like the entire time. It's nuts. I don't, I know I got a huge donation from CP, which I'm still grateful for, but I don't think I'm going to be on here that long tonight. I am dead tired. I had to get up early, go do all that driving and stuff. I was yawning and dying coming back from picking up my daughter and coming home. And I made it this far, but the beer's not treating me super nice. I'm not drunk yet. And we've been talking about tools mostly, a little bit of stocks and some other stuff, but pretty good stream all in all. Sometimes you got to cut your losses while you're ahead. Plus, I'm going to probably pass out sitting here talking to you guys. Things to watch for. I swear to God, I'm going to tear apart these things. I don't care how bad the video is. I'm going to tear apart these electric ratchets tomorrow. It's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to tear them apart, check the components inside, the build quality, the circuitry, if any, and see what I can find out about the comparison between the Milwaukee, the Chemo, and the Tac Life. And then once I have that done, I'm going to give away the Tac Life. I said I was going to do that a while ago. I haven't. So that's up next on the block. And then actually the Bauer drill and the Master Mechanics drill are not super far behind that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Dano. Yeah, it just depends. There's people can say what they want. Like I saw one of these little cheap ass like PDR things on like Wish or something. And this was a while later, but I was like dicking around somewhere, and I saw that like a reputable tool company makes the same thing, the cheap knockoff Chinese, whatever the hell dent remover. Like it's like everybody looks at that and goes, "Oh, that ain't gonna work," and it might not. But then if a much bigger company is doing it with pretty much the same product, like how bad can it really be, I guess? I mean, that's still a variable, but alright, Backwoods, I appreciate you stopping by, and that's okay, because even though I have a pretty full house, I am going to cut it off here. I'm going to finish this beer and go get some damn sleep. Yeah, I'll try to get that video out as soon as possible, within the next day or two. I'll get that edited and throw up and see what we can make of that. Oh, and, shoot. Next week, I am going to New Jersey So there won't be a stream on Wednesday. Maybe I'll move it to Thursday night. Maybe. I mean, you guys will make it if you're available. You won't if you won't. I mean, whatever's clever. But I'll be on a plane back from some fucking where. New Jersey to somewhere else and then back. I forget where. So, yeah, next week there won't be a Wednesday live. So I'll update Instagram and the Facebook page and let you know once I've ironed out a specific time for that. But for now, it definitely won't be on Wednesday. I'll be on a plane, so there's nothing I can do there. Yeah, I'll put some of these Michael Pro tools through some paces, and we will see what we can do. The Ratchet, I mean, it's really not bad. The fact that you get SAE and metric in a fairly decent kit for the price, and that Ratchet's badass, it's not a bad deal. But I will put some of those through their paces as I can over the next few weeks and things. But we're giving those away too. So I said from early on, I get tools from these tool companies and stuff, I'm going to give them away. So I need to. It's not that I haven't been holding up to my word, but life's been shit. So I'll get better. Alright, anyhow, I am going to cut it off here. I am dead tired. And I do appreciate everyone for stopping by. I appreciate CP for his enormous generosity. So, yeah, go check out CP's stuff, see what he's been up to, the new shop and whatnot. And I will update you guys on Instagram with what next week holds for us. Until then, I will see you guys later. Take it easy, guys.